could ask you the same. You're a Dutch composer, Robin. You write operas in English.
Yeah, I have a serious reaction to that. My first opera was Raaff, also a commission by the Nederlandse Opera. And there I actually mostly had the libretto in Dutch. And since it was about, the opera itself was about an international opera cast coming together in my opera, so a double vision. It also brought in international characters, but the basic language was actually Dutch. And I myself actually thought it worked quite well. But not everybody wants Dutch to be sung. I really clearly noticed that in the reaction of people, that as soon as you let the character sing about really emotional things, hearing that in your own language makes it come so much closer than, singing "I love you" in every pop song almost that there is out there.
But it is strange.
Yeah, it is really strange. Yeah.
Also, when the Dutch opera was opened with Ithaca, it was suddenly we had an English language Dutch opera.
Yeah.
And is it with Ithaca? It was the idea, because I remember Otto Ketting saying that that was the international language now, and if you wanted to make an international work, but of course, as we already discussed, until now. There has one opera been, I don't remember the title, been performed in the Metropolitan Opera by a Dutch composer. Okay. It was especially premiered there, but otherwise no opera composed in Holland has ever held repertoire, even in Holland. Could you compose a Dutch language opera?
Well, I feel that Raaff has that potential of being called a Dutch opera.
But a Dutch language opera.
But then you have had the wonderful world premiere of the piece, and then you start to notice how hard it is to actually get people interested, but to really invest the time to discover if a work is interesting enough to be put on another stage abroad. And I am convinced that the Dutch then holds a piece back to be judged by international artistic leaders.
But this is not the case for Finnish opera. Ratavara is performed everywhere, and it's not the case for Czech composers.
Why does that work? Why can even Czech be performed in its original language?
That's a mystery. So we're not here to answer that, because we are here to discuss now your operas and your.
I do have to add one thing. While writing it feels like you have to do sort of tricks with the language so that you can actually have long lines, or sometimes have a moment that a singer extends a word, and that really feels, as a Dutchman, that you go against the language, because all our words are built up to close immediately. Everything ends on a T or hard moments in the language, almost percussive. Right? Whereas in German, you have all these open sounding words that you actually naturally can prolong.
I heard that the Queen also, our Dutch Queen, also had an opinion about this.
She was present at the world premiere in 2004 in June, in sort of the same construction, the Nederlands Opera with the Holland Festival. And after, she was really impressed with the music. She was very honest about that. But she actually mentioned to me personally that she didn't like Dutch to be sung. So even our Queen doesn't really feel that Dutch is a worthy language of singing.